Volvo spent decades convincing us that they build safe, reliable cars that last forever. The old ones certainly did, and when Volvo engineers sat down to design the second-generation V60, they had a choice. Build it tough like the old days, or build it modern, with all the complexity that it brings. They chose modern. Today, we're going to examine whether that was a smart decision or a ticking time bomb for anyone planning to own this car past 100,000 miles. The V60's engine lineup reflects Volvo's all-in commitment to forced induction and electrification. Buyers can choose from the T5 with a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder producing 250 horsepower, the T6 adding both a turbocharger and supercharger to the same 2-liter engine for 316 horsepower, or the T8 Recharge plug-in hybrid combining the T6 engine with an electric motor for 400 horsepower combined output. The generation of the V60 has a turbocharged 4-cylinder doing the work of 6 cylinders, computers controlling everything, and enough complexity to make a mechanic nervous. Let's see if the reputation holds up. The T5 turbocharged engine is the simplest of the lineup and generally the most reliable choice for long-term ownership, with only a turbocharger to worry about rather than the T6's dual charging system. There are fewer components to fail. However, even the T5 demands proper maintenance to avoid the pitfalls common to modern turbocharged engines. The turbocharger in both T5 and T6 engines is generally reliable when properly maintained, but turbo failures have been reported, particularly in vehicles subjected to frequent short trips where the engine never reaches full operating temperature. Turbos need oil, lots of it, and they need it clean. Oil changes every 5,000 miles are non-negotiable, regardless of what Volvo's maintenance reminder suggests. The T6's supercharger adds another layer of complexity. This mechanically driven unit provides instant boost at low RPMs before the turbocharger spools, eliminating lag and providing linear power delivery. When it works, it's brilliant. When it fails, it's expensive. Supercharger failures are relatively rare but not unheard of, typically manifesting as unusual whining noises or sudden loss of low-end power. Both forced induction systems generate significant heat, stressing the engine's cooling system. Oil temperatures can climb rapidly during aggressive driving, and the cooling system must work flawlessly to prevent damage. Any signs of cooling system issues, from minor leaks to temperature fluctuations, should be addressed immediately. Modern Volvo 4-cylinders have a reputation for oil consumption. Volvo considers oil consumption of up to 1 quart per 1,200 miles acceptable, which seems excessive, but reflects the reality of modern turbocharged engines running thin oils. Check your oil level every 1,000 miles without exception. The electronic dipstick accessed through the infotainment system is convenient but should be verified occasionally with the physical dipstick. Running these engines low on oil, even briefly, can damage the turbocharger and accelerate engine wear. Use only oil meeting Volvo's VCCRBS0-2AE specification. These engines require low viscosity synthetic oil, typically 0W20, and using the correct specification is crucial for maintaining engine protection and fuel efficiency. The T8 Recharge plug-in hybrid represents Volvo's electrified future, combining gasoline and electric power for impressive performance and fuel efficiency. The high-voltage battery carries an 8-year warranty, providing some peace of mind. Battery degradation is inevitable, but generally gradual, with most owners reporting minimal range loss in the first 100,000 miles. The cooling system for the battery requires separate maintenance, and coolant leaks in the battery cooling circuit have been reported, requiring immediate attention to prevent battery damage. For long-term reliability, the T8 is a calculated risk. If you value the electric driving capability and can handle potentially expensive repairs after warranty expiration, it's a compelling choice. All V60 models use an 8-speed automatic transmission developed by Aisin. This transmission is shared across multiple Volvo models and has proven generally reliable. Shifts are smooth, and the transmission adapts well to different driving styles. Despite Volvo claiming the transmission fluid is lifetime fill, experienced technicians recommend changing it every 60,000 miles. This service costs several $100s, but prevents the harsh shifting, shuddering, and eventual failure that can result from degraded fluid. The transmission transmission holds approximately 7 liters of fluid, and using Aisin-specified fluid is essential. Early V60 models experienced occasional transmission software issues causing rough shifts or hesitation. Most of these problems were resolved through software updates, so ensure any used V60 you're considering has all manufacturer software updates installed. Modern Volvos are essentially computers with wheels, and the V60 exemplifies this reality. The Sensus infotainment system controls nearly everything, from climate functions to vehicle settings. When it works properly, it's intuitive and feature-rich. When it glitches, it's frustrating. The most common electrical complaint involves the infotainment system freezing or becoming unresponsive. A hard reset usually resolves temporary glitches, but recurring problems may require software updates or, in rare cases, module replacement. Volvo regularly releases software updates, and keeping the system current prevents many issues. The advanced driver assistance systems, including pilot assist and city safety, rely on cameras and radar sensors that must remain clean and properly calibrated. Windshield replacement requires recalibration of the camera system, adding several $100s to the cost. Ensure any body shop performing repairs understands the calibration requirements. The V60 suspension delivers a comfortable ride while maintaining decent handling dynamics. The multi-link rear suspension is relatively simple and durable, with wear items following predictable patterns. Control arm bushings typically show wear around 80,000 to 100,000 miles, manifesting as clunking noises over bumps or imprecise handling. Many bushings can be replaced separately from the control arm, reducing repair costs significantly compared to replacing entire assemblies. Shock absorbers last well, often exceeding 100,000 miles before requiring replacement. Models equipped with 4C adaptive dampers add complexity and potential repair costs, but failures are relatively uncommon. The brake system is conventional and reliable, with good pedal feel and strong stopping power. Front brake pads last 40,000 to 50,000 miles depending on driving style, while rear pads often exceed 60,000 miles. Rotors are durable and typically outlast 2 sets of pads. T8 models use regenerative braking, which reduces wear on the friction brakes. However, the brake fluid still requires changing every 2 years regardless of mileage, as it absorbs moisture that lowers the boiling point and can cause corrosion in the brake system. Coolant leaks are perhaps the most common issue reported in second-generation V60s. The cooling system uses plastic components and hoses that can develop leaks, particularly at connection points. Regularly inspect the engine bay for signs of coolant weeping, and address any leaks promptly to prevent overheating. The panoramic sunroof, a popular option, can develop drainage issues. The sunroof has drain tubes in each corner that channel water out of the vehicle. These drains can become clogged with debris, causing water to back up and potentially leak into the interior. Periodically flushing these drains with compressed air prevents expensive water damage. Paint quality is average for the segment, with the metallic paints generally more durable than solid colors. The thin paint is susceptible to chips, particularly on the front bumper and hood. Protective film on high-impact areas is worthwhile for maintaining appearance. The second-generation V60 rewards attentive owners with a comfortable, safe, and stylish driving experience. Its wagon practicality is unmatched in the premium segment, especially since most competitors have abandoned wagons entirely. The interior is beautifully designed, materials are high quality, and the overall ownership experience is satisfying when the car is properly maintained. For long-term reliability, approach V60 ownership with realistic expectations. This isn't a Toyota Camry that thrives on neglect. It's a sophisticated European vehicle that demands respect and proper maintenance. Follow the manufacturer's service schedule at minimum. Consider shortening oil change intervals and address any issues immediately rather than deferring maintenance. So, should you buy it? With proper care, the V60 can provide reliable service beyond 150,000 miles. The key is accepting that modern Volvo ownership requires active participation rather than passive neglect. Check your fluids regularly, stay current on software updates, and build a relationship with a quality Volvo technician. Do these things, and the V60 will serve you well as one of the most practical and elegant vehicles in the premium segment.